were strong. And I could snap my fingers, and you'd all cease to exist.
Let's forward in time to see all the possible outcomes.
Did we win any?
It's a small price to pay for salvation.
Avengers. What is good, YouTube? Warstu here. If you're into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Avengers 4, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel content that we deliver on this very channel. So coming from the same source that leaked info about Marvel Avengers Infinity War that actually turned out to be 99% correct, there was a leak the other day, so careful for spoilers if you don't want to know what this video is about. So apparently Hulk's subplot on Banner and the Hulk finally merging to become Professor Hulk, he is the one that ultimately wields the Stark Infinity Gauntlet against Thanos. I mean, guys, I know it's Thanos, but for some reason you guys seem to think it's called Thanos, but I'm going to still call it Thanos, losing his arm in the process. So we know in Infinity War that Bruce couldn't summon the Hulk. I don't know why, but actually I'm going to tell you why during this video. When we wanted him to come out, but we know due to the toy leak, the Funko Pop leak, that in an early cut of the movie there was actually footage of the Hulk breaking out of the Hulk Buster. But Thanos had to be the most alpha character in the whole movie because he was the antagonist. He was the main villain. So we know within Avengers 4 we are going to be getting Hulk. Hulk will be redeemed, as the Russo brothers have said. Whoever's not in this movie much will get more screen time in Avengers 4. So we know that Tony Stark will make his own Infinity Gauntlet. He's going to reassemble the Avengers and go, Avengers Assemble. That's why it's not going to be called, the Avengers 4 is not going to be called Avengers Assemble, which sounds crazy. But could Tony Stark actually make his own Infinity Stones in order to defeat Thanos? I know it's a crazy theory, guys, but he is that OP, he is that clever in some sense. I'm going to make another video about how and why I think Tony Stark could make his own Infinity Stones. So we know that most of the plot point of this movie would actually be the Ant-Man traveling through the quantum realm with Tony Stark in order to get help and find the stones from a previous time in the timeline, and hence that's how Loki is gonna come back. So if this is true, Professor Hulk will wield the Stark Gauntlet, which could make for a very interesting final part in this two-parter, which was originally called Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2, but then Russo brothers changed their mind. They got cold feet because it was too spoilery. But I guess what they're saying is each film, Avengers like 3 and 4, they have their own defined story, their own definitive middle, ending and start, which doesn't really mean it can't be Part 1 and 2. So Hulk was the strongest Avenger before Avengers Infinity War, but you could actually argue now that Thor with the Stormbreaker is absolutely OP and could take out Hulk, because technically during Thor 3, Thor actually kicked his ass, but then obviously, as you know, the Grandmaster cheated and then Thor got owned. But we do know that Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, the actress playing Carol Danvers, will actually be the strongest Avenger when she turns up. I know that triggered some people in a previous video, but guys, that's actually going to happen. So I made a previous video about World Breaker Hulk coming. So could Professor Hulk actually just be the MCU version of the World Breaker Hulk that we won't really get, because obviously we've had the kind of Hulk being like the World Breaker, I guess you could say, in him being the champion. So if Bruce and Hulk become one, they could have the same mind, making him Professor Hulk. This would it would be really cool version of Bruce where he has all the strength and the savageness of the Hulk and the intelligence of Bruce Banner without the emotional baggage and awkwardness. Could be pretty cool. There's also rumors of Grey Hulk, but no, I would prefer World War Hulk or Professor Hulk. So in an interview, Russo brothers were asked why we didn't get Hulk, and they says people have interpreted as the Hulk scared, Joe Russo said, referring to how Thanos soundly defeated him in one-on-one combat in the film Open, but it really really reflected of his journey from Ragnarok, that these two characters are constantly in conflict with each other over control. It has more to do with the internal conflict between Banner and Hulk with bruised egos, which is I can see where you're coming from. So this pretty much confirms, guys, that we will be getting smart Hulk during Avengers 4, aka Infinity War, aka Avengers Assemble, aka Avengers Deassemble. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think that's going to be called. Do you think we will be getting Professor Hulk? Because we're going to have to get a variation of Hulk that can actually hold his own. Now, I do think the part at the start of the video sounds very interesting. I'll go over it once more. When it says Hulk ultimately wields the Stark Gauntlet against Thanos, losing his arm in the process. So this is going to say that Hulk is going to lose his arm wielding the Stark Gauntlet. But it was interesting because basically it's been confirmed by the Infinity War directors that Thanos has kind of lost his arm, but I don't really believe that. But we just have to wait and see what happens. So it could be a defining moment in the Hulk Marvel Cinematic Universe history, that Hulk will actually become smart and have the intelligence of Bruce. But to be honest, guys, he doesn't really seem like a professor currently. He seems a bit like it could be someone else. Could it actually be Loki inside him? I made that video about a week ago saying Loki is actually posing as Bruce Banner, and that's why he couldn't Hulk out, and a lot of people reacted badly to that video, but it did have a lot of grounds. That's why I make it. So anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment as you always do. Any video requests you want, and I will make them if they get enough likes. The most likes on a video request, I will make that video, because we have got 11 months of Avengers 4 theory videos to actually make. So guys, I will catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch ya later.